presented by EA Sports in association with the PGA Tour. Today it's live opening round coverage of the California Classic. Been some outstanding shot making to this point. Let's see what's happening now as we resume the action at the 7th. Has not been a stellar performance to this point, but Frank, not too bad.
When you consider 4-round events, Rich, you're going to have a period where there's a little lull. As long as you can minimize the damage over the course of 4 days, it turns out all right.
Here's the approach shot, starting to find the rhythm now after that balky beginning.
Yeah, good opportunity here. Flag very much one you can aim at, and especially as they're starting to play well.
He'll need to be... You can see why this player has been compared to a young Rory McIlroy, featured golfer making birdie and now sitting comfortably inside that cut line. 555-yard par 5 8th hole. Frank, is this a 2-shotter or a 3-shotter?
Good question, Rich. It starts to shrink down by the walkway, which is around that 330-yard mark. That's the decision has to be made. Personally, I think you try it at first, because even if you do find a fairway bunker, then it is certainly a layup. If you've got the distance, it's well worth the risk.
That one ends up in the rough.
Oh, that went sideways.
Frank, here we go again. Another shot from the rough.
Yeah, let's see if he learned his lesson.
That looked like a miss hit, Frank.
The lie was okay. It's a little surprising. Maybe wrong club.
Just a bit offline and into the bunker.
Always tough to get a decent flight out of the rough. And you could see that ball was never soaring out of that lie. Well, Mr. Ball does not meet Mr. Fairway. It's off.
In the cup. What a shot. Can't get much better than that. Now we're at the 8th hole here at PGA West in La Quinta, California. 559-yard par 5. Frank, what are the options here?
A good tee shot. You can certainly reach this par 5 and 2. There's a crosswalk that comes across in that vicinity of 330 yards. That's sort of the green light area if you can get it down there. Anything short of that, it becomes very much a 3-shotter. But if you can get it close to that crosswork that goes there, then certainly this becomes opportunity knocks.
Maybe wet, so toweled off, dried off, and ready to go.
Yeah, let's hope this swing he hasn't still got the floaties on.
So this is his 4th shot after the last one found the water.
It's not all over, but right now, too, he's staring down the barrel of a very bad hole.
Getting some sand in the shoes now. For a 2nd straight hole, he's in the bunker. All right, so greenside bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank?
Well, really you have to look at the amount of green you got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right by the flag. Allow it to run. Plus, if you can get it to run like a putt, you never know, it might just go in.
Rich Lerner pleased to be alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. Back to PGA West, getting set for the back 9 and the 10th hole. It's a good-looking hole, Frank, at 416 yards.
It certainly gets your attention, just the visual there. This is one of those holes, if you've got a caddy, you say, oh, what's that carry over the bunker on that left side where the water is? He'll tell you it's like 240 yards, and then you say, well, what's it to the bunkers on the right? Well, to get past those ones on that right side, you're in the vicinity of 300 yards. This is a hole that you'll scratch your head.
Headed for the bunker? Not missing by much today, but enough to again be in the bunker. In the greenside bunker here, Frank. Nice to go to the beach, but not too often, we hope. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. That's a par. Stays at +2. Now at the long par 5 11th. They call it eternity with good reason. It is 617 yards. Frank, what's the game plan here?
Hit it as long as you can, hopefully only a couple of times, and you can get fairly close to this green. Little pitch up there, but even if you go for this green or try and get close, that's when you start to notice the water that comes in on the left side. So you can't just bash away. Might only be a couple of bunkers in play off the tee, but they have to be avoided.
So missed the fairway, and now he's back where he needs to be.
Yeah, minimize the problems. This has to go in the hazard.
He needs to get up, or it's extra stroke at it after going into the water. Still going, and going the wrong way. This is the 5th shot after that previous one went into the drink.
Well, that's a little absurd, that, Rich. That shot wasn't that hard, but it's come up well short.
Didn't appear committed through impact. Coming out of the rough and right up next to the hole. These putts keep the round together. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Just a couple of feet. This game's amazing. You're rolling along, life is beautiful, and then bang.
Step away from the controller.
Total depression. To the par 4 12th here at PGA West, short at 363 yards.
Great Bobby Jones used to say the hardest shot in golf's the next one. Judging by that light, it's not going to be too hard.
Club has been pulled. Ready for the second shot now at the par 4 12th. And as he strides up here to the 12th green, having hit it in regulation, he knows now that his work is by no means done. A long putt coming up. Wow, I can't believe he found the cup on that one.
Clean up on aisle 5.
Well, that'll do it for day number 1, and a tough start for some of those who were hoping for better things.
Yeah, slow start, surprisingly, really, and hard to put your finger on why, because we saw a lot of good golf, but now, outside looking in, we'll need to play well tomorrow.
This is EA Sports. PGA Tour coverage coming up next. It's second round coverage of the California Classic. It's 180 yards now to the flagstick. Now at the 4th, par 3, and Frank, what's the key here?
Somehow find some green grass. The name Sandpit pretty much tells you what is around the green.
Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. Second shot coming out of the rough here.
Great shot out of the rough. He avoided all the troubles just to get that on the green.
That was not an easy shot. He'll settle. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Oh, you can see the frustration. Almost kicked his putter head right there with a drop shot here at the 4th. Frank, it's been that kind of a tournament. Another bogey.
Yeah, it's not exactly a small gap between that player there and the rest of the field. That gap's got to feel like the Grand Canyon right now.
Frank, right where you want to be.
Wouldn't be better if it was on a tee.
Second from an excellent lie. Still with a good chance to make birdie here, the conventional way. On in three, make the one putt. What's this third shot look like, Frank?
There's just a little bit of a faint ridge that comes through the middle of this green. Once again, with a wedge in hand, you're trying to land the ball the right distance. People obviously, they know where the flag is, but it's more about distance control with the second shot. That's going to take the water out of play.
Frank, that's a par, and onward we go. What a hole this is. 255 yards, par 3, water everywhere you look. This is a real test.
It's called Amen, and whatever religion that you subscribe to, you better say a prayer before this one.
Chance to get it close here. It is a windy day out here, Frank. My hat just blew off. This is going to... That's for sure. Superb shot.
That's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
That's good work. That's a good par right there. We're at the 7th now, 346 yards with plenty of water on that right side. How do you handle this one, Frank?
You've got to pick a target there. A lot of people think when they're laying up off the tee, and that's exactly what this hole is. You just blaze away at something down the left side. But if you're going to pick a tree, just pick the tree. Pick a branch or a leaf. Be more specific.
Now the second shot, a short one here at the par 4-7. Good looking shot right here. He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. That was not a very good read right there. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
That's how you keep a round going. Make them from that distance. Now the second par 5 on this opening 9 here at PGA West. Frank, what are we looking at?
The bunker down the right side gives you that optical illusion because it sort of has that curvy edge, plus it sort of moves its way to that right side, and then you notice there's a bunker on the left that sneaks in on the left side. So this isn't just sort of blaze away off the tee. It still requires a good straight tee shot. If you do err a little bit, then you've got to be very cognizant of the bunkers up on the left side as you get closer to the green.
That's a bit offline in the rough. Well, certainly playable from here. Ball is in the first cut. Not too bad. That one is bunker bound, it looks like. Frank, not where he wants to be, but not out of the hole here at the par 5.
No, but Rich, to drop a shot here would really set him backwards.
This hole really sets up well for the player. Birdie yesterday, and a chance for another one today. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Good roll. Frank, too many missed shots, and now a missed cut.
Yes, it's disappointing, but the experience gained from playing this course really will be invaluable. Now's the time, just pick your head up and move forward. There's always another week.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the Tiburon Championship. Frank, it's just amazing what can be done today. Where you can build golf courses. On the moon? I mean, that's what this looks like here at Wolf Creek in Mesquite, Nevada.
And obviously it's an experience too that has to be played before you can thoroughly enjoy it, because you just wouldn't think this is possible. If someone said you can come out to the middle of the desert and you're going to play a phenomenal golf course, you'd say it's not possible. But as these holes intertwine around in the canyon area, just wonderful vistas, huge changes in elevations. Really, it's just a fun adventure.
You can see a little bit off balance on the tee, and that one is going to be in the rough. Frank, not easy to keep your eye on the target when you've just splashed down.
Yeah, but on the flip side too, one bad shot doesn't have to lead to two.
Now on to his third shot after the last one went into the water.
Well, from in trouble, Rich, at least he's back in play.
On the fairway from the rough. There's the approach shot, starting to find the rhythm now after that balky beginning.
Yeah, good opportunity here. Flag very much one you can aim at, and especially as they're starting to play well.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. My goodness, what does the guy have to do to make a putt out here?
You know, they say you have to keep a level head.
Must you?
Well, what do you do when it's about to fall off?
Frank, a very short par 4 here at the 7th, but not one you're going to try to hit off the tee.
No, unless you can fly the ball sort of 300 yards on the nose and stop it within sort of 5 or 6 yards, it's really too risky.
Unfortunately, that ball is wet. So this will be the third shot after taking the drop with the ball going in the water. Frank, this is one you don't practice, but sometimes you have to do it. Time for the drop.
Yeah, it should be the easiest shot in golf. You've just paid for it.
Miss hit, wrong club. What happened there, Frank?
All of the above, maybe. It's a little bit of a head scratcher. It wasn't that hard a shot.
Frank, you always talk about it not compounding the error, but here again, another shot from the rough.
Yeah, if you try again.
And he's made the green. So with that, 3 over par now for the round. Frank, the 8th here at Wolf Creek in Mesquite, Nevada is really the signature par 3, isn't it?
I'd go so far, Rich, to say this is a great par 3. Doesn't matter where it was played. The stream that sort of comes all the way down there and surrounds the left side of the screen makes this hole really daunting. Logic would say if you're going to miss the screen, obviously you'd miss it to the right, but it's just a beautiful hole. And then you put the fact that the canyon frames the whole hole itself. It's beautiful.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it's a rather poor approach shot.
That's a head scratcher. No other way to put it. That close to the green and misses it badly to the right. Just a little tap in here. So not his best work. He'll walk away with a bogey. Set to round out the front side here at Wolf Creek with a par 4.
Fun hole for the big hitter, too. They can really take advantage of this. The last fairway bunker down there on the right side is just over 300 yards to get over it. And longer hitters could nearly drive it in the green side bunker on the right. So just tee it up there. You're playing desert golf for a reason. Enjoy it. Just have a little flick in here. And chance, too, to have a little birdie at the end of your front 9.
So going well up the hill to that green, will need to take an extra club here. On the green, Frank, but might need a pair of binoculars to see the hole.
You're a long way from the band. You can barely hear the music from that far away.
Looks like he just misread that. And getting ready for the putt. I'll leave it short. Wow. So a tester from 4 feet. This would be a good time to reverse the slide. 5 over par on the day. He struggled on the front, but a chance to regroup here on the inward half, Frank.
Well, if you look at around the golf and you made a couple of double bogeys on the first or you made a couple of double bogeys on the end, it would still add up. Now let's hope that the back 9 is all gravy.
And the tee shot ends up in the bunker. Frank, just a slight miss off the tee. He's in the fairway bunker.
Yeah, I just really got to pick the right club once again. Sometimes you take a little bit more club out of the fairway bunker, choke down.
His second shot. Lays the face open. He'll try to pop this one out. Always want to get off to a good start on that second 9. He'll be tested here with a lengthy putt after the approach shot lands on the green. Boy, that hurts right there, Frank.
Yeah, he's got to knuckle down now, though, because, you know, we've seen it before, Rich. 2 putts turn into 3, 4. So make sure you can limit the damage here.
Close. Couldn't ask for much more on that putt. These putts keep the round together. Good putt. Well, not an especially good start to the tournament, Frank, through 1 round. They might be in jeopardy of missing the cut.
They have to remember right now it's just 1 round, and they are, as you were saying, you know, in the outside looking right in at the moment. But you never know. I've seen golf tournaments won from further back than this.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the Tiburon Championship. Today, we're here at Wolf Creek Golf Club in Mesquite, Nevada. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Novelo for EA Sports, set to bring you all the action out on the course. And Frank, what can you tell us about Wolf Creek?
Well, it's a mesmerizing layout. You can see from above, you know, Rich, in amongst all these sort of canyon areas and boulders and that. I've never really seen a golf course like this. It's like Disneyland for the golfers. It's phenomenal, and each hole has a totally different look. It's hard to imagine you can build a golf course in an area like this.
Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are, because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
So missed the fairway, and now he's back where he needs to be.
Yeah, minimize the problems.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. A makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under par. And he makes it for a bogey here. We're here at the downhill par 3 11th hole. Frank, it's 215 yards from the back tee.
This hole certainly is not for the faint of heart. When you look at that tee shot, you think, oh my God, what do I do from here? But remind yourself, it's 215 yards and really only about 160, 170 yards to green grass again. But it's 215 yards. That should be the club that you're trying to pick. Green's big enough, just persuade yourself that. Try not to look at the canyon and the desert. There is a green down there. The hole is playable. Oh, that was solid, Rich. This one's safely on.
Frank, that's a par, and onward we go. From a par 3 to a par 5 here at the 12th. It measures 560 yards, a sweeping dogleg left, and there is some trouble down that left side.
This is a scary tee shot. There's no two ways about it, Rich. You've got to get the ball in play because you can really rack up a good score here. That water very much in play. Doesn't matter what club you decide to hit off the tee. 560 yards actually is reachable, believe it or not. But you've got to get it on the fairway. You don't really have to be too brave and try and take too much over there. The other thing, too, to consider about is this green is nearly half the length of an NFL football.
Frank, we've all been there. You hit one in the water, you're down. How do you regroup?
You've got to start from scratch again. Everybody's going to hit bad shots. That's just the nature of the game. But compounding mistakes, that's the problem that you want to avoid.
This now the fourth shot after the last one was in the water.
Yeah, just somehow just get it on the green.
Well, the stats say that is a green hit in regulation, but it's not yet a par on the card. Very tough putt coming up. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
This to surrender, only one shot. Very well done, almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Frank, you know full well, this can be a humbling game.
And an embarrassing game.
13th hole, and Frank, Wolf Creek is really kind of a macho golf course because you can stand on a tee like this and say, you know what? I'm going to take this one over the mountains.
And then, if you do, then you flip the coin. Is it in play or is it out of play? This is one hole. You just you realize you're in the middle of the desert, that's for sure. And one hole that you think, well, if I play this hole a couple of times, I might just get the hang of it.
Frank, we've seen guys like Phil Mickelson hit it off the cart path. How tough is this shot?
Well, for a high-level professional, actually, it just looks harder than what it is. They'd rather here than the rough any day.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Settles in over the putt. Good effort and a good par putt. Frank, describe the layout here at the 14th hole. It's 444 yards. What a beautiful hole.
It is, and it's a beautiful view. You see everything from the top of that tee there. It's a hole that keeps bending to the left. There's enough bunkers down the left there to actually take your eye. That's why you've got to fixate on something in the distance that's a much better line than worrying about that wall of sand down the left side.
And setting up here in the rough.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. That's a disappointment right there, Frank.
Yeah, green light special, really. Come up considerably short. And the lie pretty much dictated the result. Thick rough, tough to get that all the way to the green.
Trying to muscle it out of there, but you had to be Schwarzenegger to get that one done. Coming out of the rough and right up next to the hole. Shouldn't be a problem here. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. This one was just a nightmare from the start, and now he has this for triple bogey. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Now to the short par 3 15th hole here at Wolf Creek. What is this, Frank? Just a wedge or a 9-iron?
That's all, Rich, but it's very tempting to get greedy here. And Well, you pay the price, obviously, if you miss the green on the left down in those bunkers, because they're a good 6-7 feet below the level of the green. But with a wedge or a 9-iron, who doesn't go aiming at the flag?
That's good work right there. Just a tap in. You love to watch him disappear, don't you? So that is the end of the second round, and unfortunately, the end of the tournament for our featured player, missing the cut.
Well, they certainly didn't hit the magic number here for the tournament. Fell below the cut line, and they just couldn't make it back. There's always next week.
Today's coverage brought to you by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the Mountain Shootout. And now to the 14th hole. That's where we find our featured golfer. As we check in on this early round action, we join our featured golfer, already playing well to this point. A couple of low numbers on the scorecard.
Yeah, it looks very good. Good swings out there and some good putting as well.
Frank, what are we looking at on this approach shot here at the 14th?
This 14th green just built up a little bit. Got to be careful you don't miss this green on the left side. It'll just kick all the way down. It'll be a difficult little chip up the hill. But once again, second shot's not too long.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. How good was that, Frank, from the rough?
Oh, that's amazing. That's a master class in short game.
Getting set now over the putt. That's a par, and that keeps the scorecard clean, still even for the round. Frank, looking out here on the 15th hole, this looks like a spot where you could really crank one that you could tell your buddies about.
It's another hole that suits a player that hits the ball right to left. It's no surprise to see why Rory McIlroy plays well around here. Nice, big, high towering draw. It's going to be yardage because of the elevation.
Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Frank, here we go again. Another shot from the rough.
Yeah, let's see if he learned his lesson. This is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Not enough on that one.
Yeah, it just seemed to baby it.
He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Just a shade over par, +1. Moving on to number 16 now. It's a par 4, 414 yards. And Frank, what are we looking at here?
It's another hole that'll favor a nice sort of high draw off the tee. It'll set up that second shot to a green that has got several different levels on it. Well, where this ball's going, there's no fair, only rough.
So missed the fairway, and now he's back where he needs to be.
Yeah, minimize the problems.
Frank, club selection so important on this second shot here at the 16th.
Yeah, any time that the elements don't work in your favor, and by that I mean here the false front, everything rolling back, then you've got to actually be more aggressive, and you're going to get the reward. So it's not like playing reckless golf. It's just the terrain dictates that you fly the ball every inch of the way.
Been a little too much of that, Frank, just sort of ho-hum pars. Frank, as we make our way to the house, a chance here at the 17th, just 374 yards, a chance for a birdie.
It certainly is. Anytime you see a hole today under 400 yards, a par 4 that is, you know you're going to get a short on your iron. You know you're going to get a short iron in your hand if you hit a good tee shot. Just avoid the bunkers left and right off the tee. Green does slope back to front, so it pitches nicely towards you, making that second shot, if anything, a little easier.
Ready for his second shot, trying to knock it on the green.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Pretty good shot right there, about 10 feet away, setting up the putt for birdie. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it's going to hurt the cause.
All right, no damage done. Stays at 1 over par with that putt. Well, Frank, this sets up for an exciting finish here at Banff Springs, a 578-yard par 5.
There's just about a bunker in play for every length of tee shot here, so know exactly which one you can carry and exactly which one you cannot reach.
Playing his second shot here at the par. That one is bunker bound, it looks like. Just a bit offline and into the bunker. I'm thinking this is about 110 yards, Frank. Playing a par 5, Frank, what happened on that third shot?
Yeah, it's a poor decision, but well, hopefully he can eradicate that from the memory banks and really knuckle down on this. Do not want to drop a shot or make 6 here.
Oh, without a doubt, that will be on the highlight reel later tonight. Excellent shot. Second round coverage coming your way tomorrow. For our entire crew, I'm Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. So long for now. EA Sports is proud to present today's PGA Tour coverage. It's second round coverage of the Mountain Shootout. Frank, we begin this back nine with a real test. It's a 218-yard
into the shape of that lake there.
Headed for the bunker? Not his best shot, and now he'll have to deal with a bunker.
Yeah, they say the hardest shot in golf, the next one.
Well, in the sand, but it has been raked nicely, looking for something positive. Really well done, just inside of 5 feet there. Makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Oh, man.
Just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Just a couple of feet. So another bogey on the scorecard. And Frank, what happened this week?
I think it's a week to forget, Rich.
All right, on to the 12th hole, 442-yard par 4. What do you like about this hole, Frank?
Just a nice par 4 that sort of bends to the player's right. A lot of people will just stand up here, grab the driver. I don't really think you have to do that, Rich. The hole's not overly long. Just something short or down that left side. You're only going to have a short iron in for your second shot.
Right where they were aiming, in the fairway. Dialed in now for this second shot here to the 12th hole, Frank.
A chance for another birdie, Rich. Just be a little aware of the screen. Nice little rolls and contours and different levels. So just be aware of exactly where that flag is cut today. And just try and keep it on that section.
Third shot, looking for a good one. And he's made the green. This would give him the par.
That was a good run at it, Rich.
Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Good putt. Par 3 13th, it's 225 yards. Frank, you happy walking out of here with a 3?
Yeah, take a 3, go to the next hole, unless it's match play.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Frank, you like his chances to walk away with a par here?
Well, with a good shot, Rich, yeah, that's certainly on the cards.
That is a lot of pressure to be compared to a young Rory McIlroy, but this player seems to have the goods. And now moving inside the cut line with that birdie. Frank, this par 4 14th hole at about 440 yards will test you all the way up to that green, won't it?
Yeah, it certainly will. It just looks like you should bash it over those bunkers down the left side, but the green pitches from left to right. So the best access is actually down the right side, coming in from that sort of right line. So don't be fooled here.
Now zeroing in on this second shot here at the par 4 14th.
You can keep the second shot a little right of the flag here. The general contours kick a little left here away from the bunkers on the right. That would be the ideal shot in here.
And that one lands in the first cut, Frank.
Interesting choice coming ahead here. It'll be interesting to see how he reads this lie.
Frank, just into that first cut.
Yeah, it's sitting up. Really, this isn't too bad a situation.
Superb shot.
Well, it's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
Well, with that drop shot, moves to 1 over for the tournament.
A very quick exit, miscut. Not the only one there, but surprising.
The weekend now to regroup. Just didn't hit many good shots. EA Sports and the PGA of America are proud to present opening round coverage of the PGA Championship. They have gathered from around the world here at Quail Hollow in Charlotte, North Carolina for the final major championship of the year. We will crown our next PGA Championship winner. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. Happy to be here calling all the action. Frank, what is the mindset for this final major of the season?
Oh, I think it's taken a long time to get here, but it's well-deserved, Rich. When you think of the luster of the Wanamaker Trophy, winners like Rory McIlroy, Jordan Spieth of recent, but Gary Player, Jack Nicklaus, Lee Trevino, the list goes on and on. The fourth major, some say the defining major of the year, but played at a golf course that we're well used to now. So I'm looking forward to it, Rich.
Always so nice, Frank, when that gleaming white golf ball is sitting up on those emerald fairways, the way this one is.
The game almost appears easy when one is playing their second shot from the middle of the fairway, and you quickly forget how difficult it can be. You look left or right, game becomes much harder.
Stumbled out of the gates, but now on solid footing, getting ready for this approach shot. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot.
Looks like he just misread that. Locked in on the read and the speed. Tough start to the backside, Frank.
Yeah, it doesn't bode well, too. You start losing confidence with the putter early on.
So just a formality. So that's a bogey, and now to 1 over par for the tournament. Action resuming early on the back 9. Let's go to hole number 11. Certainly a lot of golf left to play in this championship, but what does our featured golfer need to do to turn it around?
It's back to the basics, Rich. Find fairways, find greens, give yourself opportunities. There's plenty of birdies out there, but you've got to give yourself chances.
Just trying to make clean contact from the rough. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
Ooh, nice play right there. That's in pretty close. 8-foot putt here. Well, that's just a poor putt, Frank, and now let's hope he doesn't make a Michael Bublé.
He's hardly going to be singing after that one.
So 2 over par for the round. Par 4 12th here at Quail Hollow, 456 yards. Frank, break it down for us.
Well, there's no fairway bunkers either side, so you feel like there's nothing to work the ball off, and consequently, it's very easy to sneak it in the rough on the left or the right. And then that makes that second shot so much more difficult going up the hill. This is one hole that you have to pick a line on. You really have to know your line off the tee. There's a nice big tree down there in the distance. That's the one you want to work it off.
So from the rough back to the fairway, that's the right way to go.
Yeah, didn't take the bait, and at least now he's only going to play the price of a poor tee shot. Still got a good chance, though, getting away with par.
Needs a pair of binoculars to see the hole.
Yeah, a little unlucky there.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Wow, I didn't expect that. Sitting right now at 2 over par for the round.
You know they say you have to keep a level head?
Must you?
Well, what do you do when it's about to fall off?
Now to the par 3 13th hole. Frank, this one 210 yards.
Very, very good par 3. This is actually a big green. It's 37 yards deep, but it has a front right portion. There's a roll-off area in the middle, and there's a roll-off area in the back. So don't be deceived by the size of this green. You better be pitching that tee shot right bang in the middle. Really. This is an awkward length.
Ooh, that hurts. Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Well, you're not going to make that putt all the time, but you'd like to at least get it to the hole.
If he keeps putting like that, he's going to be an announcer in no time.
Blemish on the scorecard, a bogey. Wow, Frank, this is a really good little par 4, isn't it, the 14th?
It is, and this is where one of those strong 3-woods comes in. The last 50 or 60 yards, as the ball kicks down and towards the left, and it sounds like an aggressive play, but like a hard 3-wood trying to run it down there is actually not a bad play.
Is it drivable?
It is drivable, but it's whether it's worth the risk. That's an absolute beauty.
Ready for a second shot, trying to knock it on the green. Midway through this back 9, could use this birdie here at the 14th. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
So a tester from 4 feet. Been a little too much of that, Frank. Just sort of ho-hum pars. We're now teed up at the 15th hole. It is the final par 5 here at Quail Hollow, 577 yards. And Frank, I remember this hole well. McIlroy stiffed a 5-iron on his way to making eagle, his first PGA Tour win. That came back in 2010.
And the opportunity exists again here. Under 600 yards, plays downhill off the tee. Those two bunkers on the right are perfectly situated. That second one about 310 yards to it. So something straight at that one with a little draw will set up that mid-iron or long iron that has to be hit very high and uphill.
Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Birdie try up next. And it's a long way to the hole from here. Never easy.
That was a good run at it, Rich.
Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either.
Well, for such a strong man, weak putt.
Now I'll have to make this just to avoid making Michael Dublé. It has been frustrating. 6 over par already. And that'll wrap up the first round. We saw some good golf today, Frank, but some others, they got off to a slow start.
Yeah, and I don't really know how to explain why. Maybe lack of practice rounds, maybe not enough time on the golf course. They certainly will have to regroup tomorrow and put up a show just to make the cut.
EA Sports and the PGA of America are proud to present second round coverage of the PGA Championship. The season's final major championship is about to get underway here at Quail Hollow in Charlotte, North Carolina. And Frank, as we look at the field for this PGA Championship, this golf course favors what kind of player?
Good drivers of the golf ball, Rich. The first time they had the event actually at Quail Hollow when it was a regular tour event, David Toms won, who was one of the straightest drivers of the ball. Rory McIlroy's won twice around here, obviously one of the premier drivers of the golf ball. JB Holmes, we know he's long, but also amazingly straight for that length. Ricky Fowler on a good day is a great driver of the golf ball. That's really what Quail Hollow not only requires, but demands. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here.
Oh, just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Just a little tap in here. And he makes it for a bogey here. Teeing it up here at the second hole, Frank, it's a short par 3.
Yeah, it plays a little bit downhill, about half a club, Rich. There's a sort of shallow bunker in that back area, and also that green starts to reduce in size on the left side. Good par 3.
So the golf ball ends up in that first cut. It's a little bit less than 2 inches. You can see the golf ball. Should be able to get at it, but may not be able to control the spin. We'll see. Getting set for this next shot from the rough. What does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are, because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
This is a strong par 4, 452 yards. The third hole, it's a good challenge, Frank.
It is. Big sweeping dogleg left. Actually in a straight line. It's 315, 320 yards to run out. So if you hit the ball further than that, it's going to have to draw. Otherwise, you'll be hitting in the rough on the other side. Still a lengthy shot into there on a green that actually has 3 different levels.
That's a disappointment right there, Frank.
Yeah, green light special, really. Come up considerably short.
He's set up for his third shot here, looking to get it on the green with this.
It's a big green. Just managed to get it smack bang in the middle of it.
And getting ready for the putt. That's a head scratcher. No other way to put it. That close to the green and misses it badly to the right. These putts keep the round together.
It's amazing. Doesn't matter how close it goes. It's an extra shot. That one will definitely hurt.
That is professional with a capital P right there.
That's stealing.
Frank, this is a muscular par 4 here at just under 490 yards, the fourth at Quail Hollow. A difficult proposition.
It is, but fortunately that tee shot plays a little downhill. But one of the difficulties with the tee shot is the fairway kicks from right to left. So it needs a good one to keep it on the fairway, and another green that has 3 different levels.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Looks like he just misread that. Lengthy putt here of 27 feet. Frank, that's what you want to do. Good lag putt.
Yeah, they can't all go in.
Can't make it, Frank, if you don't hit it.
Hubert Green once said, 99% of putts left short don't go in. I don't know what happened to the other 1%, but...
Frank, you know full well, this can be a humbling game.
And an embarrassing game. Well, early exit for one of what I thought Rich was going to be the favorite, but their week's over.
Numbers don't lie in this case, in this sport, and now a missed cut.